You are now listening to I Want My Podcast Studios production. And I know, you want your damn podcast. Here you go.
How's the store going, Nicole?
None your business.
I want my sex tonight.
More biggie.
You're a user, Mohammed.
I did the BG, no for real.
Bitch ass, slut ass whore.
You don't like it? Why are you wasting money going to Grenada?
Good night.
And welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of I Want My Podcast. This is 90 Day Fiance edition, and I am one of your hosts, Miguel Perez.
I am EJ Edmonds. I'm the other one. Hello.
And I am Marie Riri Forster, the other one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How y'all
Guys.
doing? How y'all doing today? Y'all good?
I'm
All
Gucci,
good.
baby.
All right.
All good.
All right. So nothing
good,
bad to report. That's always a good thing. I'm happy. I'm
I
happy
mean, I have
y'all are
plenty
happy.
of bad things to report, but I'm not going to.
Well, that's what the fuck I asked you for, Riri.
Listen,
You did say
EJ,
that.
I lie.
Okay.
I
all
lie
right.
for your benefit.
I appreciate it.
I'm dead inside.
You don't. We ain't got enough time for you to hear what's going on with me right
you
now.
Don't. No, you don't.
I feel you. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for saving me. Because
You're
after about maybe I could tough it out for maybe a minute or two, and then like, all right, Riri, cut the shit. You're
Get it
doing
together, girl.
You're doing a little too much now. Stop it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we here. We here. So
Yeah.
we
We
are.
sure are. And very excited to be talking about today's episode. Of course, we're going to be talking about 90 Day Fiance, Season 9, Episode 4. Pasta la vista.
Fucking swing and a miss, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. This one is so silly that actually
I like it, man. I like it, man.
Because it was goofy.
It was goofy. It was goofy and dumb.
Pasta
No,
la
it was
vista.
bad.
That's fucking cute, dude. You can't front. That's kind of cute. It was.
No, I have a better one.
I see what they were doing there.
You have a better one?
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, you can literally go the show, and that would be a better title.
exactly. I could have named it Season 9, Episode 4 and stopped right there, and it would have been better.
Pasta la vista is. I like it, dude. Y'all
Listen,
stop being
I
haters.
do like it.
It's fine. It's not. We're on. Well, this is 90 Day Fiance. This is the OG. You gotta be with it. You gotta be better. You gotta be better, like Melania Trump says.
Like Bilal has on his shirt.
Yeah,
Be grateful, be
be
better.
grateful. Yeah, like literally anything is better than that title. So
Oh my god!
I'm already fired up.
Let's go.
For Bilal. Oh no, I'm saying I can't wait for Bilal to start coming out with his B shirts. You know, his Beeline shirts that he's gonna probably advertise through House of 11 once we take over.
Yeah, we're fucking so close.
Yeah, we really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, he
He's
could
gonna be
be
begging.
a clothing line investor too if he really feels up to it. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
That's
can try.
true. That's
He
true.
can-
He could.
we can see what he's got, but
We're open to ideas, Bilal. That's all.
Yeah, if you run the whole thing, we'll run the whole operation out of your old childhood home and call the House of Bilal. Let's go. We'll call the House of Bilal, okay? As long as we ain't got to pay for shit. We'll call it
House of
whatever you want.
Baloney.
Yep.
House of 11.
House of bullshit.
Oh,
That's what we'll
God.
end up doing. man.
Fucking
But,
Bilal, man.
Yeah, he was in a whole new level of shittiness. Like this guy just cannot catch a break.
Dude,
Yeah, he's just straight up garbage each and every week.
yeah.
I can't believe it anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way that this guy can do anything worse. And then he's like, she is this, she is that, and I'm like, oh boy, yeah, no, you're digging a deeper hole.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
you
gonna start
already-
calling him the grave digger because that guy is just out of control. I've got
Undertaker.
yeah, I got a lot to say about that guy, but yeah,
Yeah,
So it was a fully packed episode this week. So
It fucking was. It definitely was, and I can't wait to get into it because not only that, guys, but also we get to either stay with our decisions, the decisions we made, the picks that we made, or we get to pick a different person to get canceled because we got introduced to the last couple of the season.
No, Kyra. Just still Kyra.
Yes,
Still-
That's a strong pick.
It is a pretty strong pick.
I'm good.
Especially after the preview that we saw for that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Nita is on to something.
I know. I was like, oh, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Lots of cringing when I see Kyra now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, dude, let's get this going. Let's get this started.
Yeah, we're all lubed up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Time to enter.
All right.
we're
So
gonna start-
we're gonna. Oh, you want me to do it? I can bring it in if you want to.
Hell yeah, pull it in.
All right. Well, shut the fuck up. Let me do my thing. Right. All right, everybody. We're getting this episode started with Miguel's favorite, one of Miguel's favorite people, and her husband. Let's talk about Ariella and Binyam.
Oh God, no, not even like as a joke. It's
Bro,
my
you
favorite.
love you some Ariella,
You know?
man.
No, God, no. I love Larissa. I love Natalie. I actually have a theory about Natalie. Now that I just mentioned it, you
That
wanna
she's
hear
a
it?
goddess, honestly.
No,
Wow.
that she. Because so here's the thing. Okay, you got to think about all the chain of events. Okay, Natalie is from Ukraine.
Mhm.
Natalie, at the end of her season, she was at risk of being kicked out of the United States of America.
Mhm.
Not anymore.
Ooh, you think she started this war?
I think she had something to do with it. Call
You know
me
what?
crazy.
She's just crazy enough to start an international conflict.
Mr.
Just
Putin,
say-
fuck you, honestly.
To
Right?
stay in Miami or wherever the fuck she is.
Yeah, she ain't trying to go back. She's trying to be kept somehow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it
something-
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
She went from like, we're literally gonna kick you out if you don't get married in the next 24 minutes, to like, okay, now you're welcome here. You can stay as long as you want.
Yeah. The Ukrainian gods have looked down on Natalie and said, okay, this is it. I mean, you're right. She did get a fucking stroke of luck because now she's like, oh, hell yeah, I can stay. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do shit.
It's so crazy. And now Mike has to take care of her.
I know.
Now he's like,
It's
super
wild.
fucked. Oh,
If I was Mike, I'd be over there trying to stop that damn war myself. I'd just be out in the middle waving my hands like, hey, hey, hey.
Mike's like, I'm joining
they
the
went
Russians.
that way.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you really, when you think about it, yeah, she got like the fucking golden ticket. Like she's like untouchable now. Like, what are you gonna kick her out? Where the fuck's she gonna go? Can't put her back to Ukraine.
No.
Oh man, yeah. She's like, hell yeah, my country is in turmoil. Thank you.
So, listen, that's my conspiracy theory. That's all I want to say. But yeah, I definitely love crazy ass Natalie more than Ariella. But anyways, let's get into the episode. Here we go. We are at the penthouse that the positive gangster paid for. And we see Ari, and she's complaining about how she is so good. She's perfect. She's definitely not annoying. Everybody hates her for no reason. While at the same time, she's getting her hair braided by I want to say it's Abby's nanny, but come on. Come on. That's your living maid.
Yeah.
That your mom also paid for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's, come on.
Yeah.
But she's just enjoying her rich privilege at its finest right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, listen, I want to have a peaceful meeting with my sisters because it's important to me. And I got to say also, Biniam kind of fucked up on the last episode, right? Because he told his family, like, the night before he was leaving, he's like
10 minutes before he's taking off.
I was like, that's the best you could do, dude. Like, hey, I'm leaving in like 6 hours. So I'm just saying, like, I'm going to America. Yeah, America to
I'm
live.
going to a whole ass different country across the world. Bye.
Yeah.
hey Beanie, let's go get drinks after this, after the release of your video. I kind of can't.
Yeah.
Sit down.
I have
gotta
a
tell you
thing.
something. I have a thing to get to at the airport.
It's called home in America.
Gotta be rich, bitch.
But here's the thing, dude. Like, okay, so you know your sisters don't get along with Ariella. You know that Ariella hates your sisters. Why
Right.
do this? Why not just be like, hey guys, we're going.
I'll
next
tell you
month
why.
and just count the days.
I'll tell you why. Because he's a chump. Like, I've never seen someone act like such a fucking idiot knowing exactly what you just said. I mean, you have a very hostile situation between your sisters and your wife or soon to be whatever. And this guy is so afraid of confrontation that he was just like, he was trying to sneak out in the middle of the fucking night. Like if I was up to Bini, he would have called them from New Jersey and been like, hey, what's up? I'm not coming back. So he's a chump and he set this up like inadvertently, you know. I mean, I'm not condoning what happened, but you know, this is on Bini. Like he is the reason this happened.
Big time. Yes. Yeah. Actually, no, that was exactly my point. This one is on him for like, again, you know how your sisters and your wife don't really get along. Why do something like this where you're really just gonna put them at each other's throats? Yeah,
but let me explain what I see about Binyam. You got to understand those same chicks, right? That threw Cabernet in Ariella face, technically raised this boy. They've been punking the shit out of him his whole life.
Yeah, even more reason why he should have fucking stepped
let me tell you, Binyam's two sisters is thugs, dude. They thugs, right? And so what happens is, and so he's the little brother, so they probably beat the shit out of him to this day. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm not going to take it anymore. I was like, put your motherfucking hands down. Okay. Like, right? It's probably one of them. And we're seeing the effects of it in adulthood now.
You know what? I didn't even see it that way. It didn't even occur to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, dude. That's a good point. So this, but still, it's still on him. Like, I see your point, but it's still on him for doing this.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, Ariella continues to be extra. You know, she's like, fuck this, fuck your sisters, fuck this country. I can't wait to go back to I'm paraphrasing, of course, but you guys know that. She's like, sorry, but I got a plane to catch and a baby to watch, so bye.
Yeah, it's like, look, I tried being nice to them heifers. Y'all good. Y'all go have y'all jalapeno poppers. I'll be here. Right?
Yeah.
That was it.
So, yeah, that was it.
Basically.
Really.
Yeah.
So later that day, they meet, right? And Bini meets with Wish and Mimi, and I wonder his name was like Ayob?
Bobo.
Bobo.
It's Bobo.
His brother Bobo.
All the Bobo friends, and he's like, he's like, listen, I really hope things end up well, you know. But and again, how can they? Everybody hates Ariella because she really is shitty, and you did this whole stunt, so nobody's gonna get along right now. And honestly, everything looks bad. But anyways, the sisters are like, listen, we don't care. We don't like this woman. We made it very, very clear. She's been very rude and snobby since day one. And EJ, I don't know. I don't think you watched that whole season.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Could you give me a quick 30-second breakdown of what happened that previous season with them?
The first season they appeared, she was pregnant, so I was very sympathetic towards her because she is pregnant. She's in another country, and she's very fearful of what could happen. Yeah. Right. But the truth is, like, they had all the whatever was available, whatever technology you need to bring a baby into the world.
Yeah, they have all the pussy equipment.
Yeah, all the equipment, exactly.
Yeah, I seen part of that where because like they had their bathroom in the first apartment was like a lasagna pot or something. It wasn't like a toilet. It was something else.
Like Miguel said, I will tell you, I was watching it going, that's kind of scary. I mean, you're in a totally different country. You don't speak the language. You don't know anything about anything. And you're pregnant and you're about to pop and you're like, what? And, you know, I get this. I mean, I've never been pregnant, but I can understand being stressed out and thinking like, what the fuck is happening? And especially, I think being that, you know, the language barrier is a huge thing too.
That was another thing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So maybe this is what I'm asking. What made you hate her the way you do? Because she's just whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's because I haven't seen it.
So again, when she was pregnant, she was also kind of rude. So you have to keep in mind that, okay, she's pregnant, she's in another country, this is new, and she's also an asshole. So like you had to combine those two and really make up like a nice assumption about her, or like come up with like a complete opinion of your own, right? And on the bank trip, they're just that is 1,000%.
Yeah, why the fuck you ain't just say that?
They fucked. She got pregnant.
Well,
there we
'cause
are.
I mean, no, that is what happened. But I'm explaining to you why I hate her.
Okay.
So then the second season, she comes back and she's like an absolute asshole, and I'm like, okay, there's no way this chick has any excuses now because she's not pregnant. She's no longer like a stranger to the country. She's well traveled, quote unquote, well traveled, right? So she's pretty much settled. And no, again, she turned into a complete jerk. As soon as she got the chance to leave Ethiopia, she went back to the States for like 3 months. And she also had like a thing with her ex, and like she did not look good the last season she was on.
She didn't move very well throughout season. I will say that. Yeah, she didn't look great.
And accused him of cheating. And
yeah,
in
like
reality,
500 times a day.
Yeah, and he was just like, bro, I'm in the studio recording, trying to forget the fact that you took my kid. Because in the past, he had a wife that also took his kid. So this was like a flashback to him. Like this was like no flashback, like
PTSD.
PTSD, yes.
Yeah.
So that's why you put all those 3 seasons that she was on, you put them together, you mix them up, and you get my.
Yeah, because I mean, I've gotten to a point where I don't care for her, but I don't. You're like, oh, this chick again.
Oh,
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Worst. She is the worst, and there is something about her that really gets to me, and I think is the rich girl entitlement that she has.
Yeah,
you know, she says she's well traveled. She says she's done it all. She says she's like, a freelance writer or something like that. Which is like, you're a freelance writer. Like, I don't know. I collect soccer cards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a hobby.
It's a fancy way of saying that you're unemployed. I mean, really.
Yeah, we are freelance podcasters up in here.
That's
we out
right.
here.
Yeah, freelance podcasters. Exactly.
We out here.
We out
here freelancing.
But I mean, look at my amazing house. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but
yeah,
this is what I've got from freelance podcasting. I'm like the Ariel of this podcast. Oh no, I don't even want to say that. Yuck.
Yeah, don't make me hate you, Riri. Well, don't make Miguel hate you. I just wouldn't care for you.
No, I wouldn't hate you, Marie. But her entitlement is the thing that triggers me because I've seen in my life so many people like that every time I see somebody like that on TV, I'm like,
yeah.
But so which it's great because TV is doing the show is doing its job. But anyways, the meeting between Wish, Mimi, Bubble, and Vinny went pretty well. They told them, if you're gonna be in the States, you might as well go looking for your other kid, might as well. And Dalila said, I agree, she's definitely top 3 most hated in 98. Yeah, absolutely, 1000%. Yes, she is. But what was I saying? Which
Benny and Bobo and
go
them.
look for the kid.
Yeah.
They said go find your other baby.
And he's like, yeah, you know what? I should do that. I should just randomly appear at the door with, a tricycle and, like a He-Man castle and be like, hey, is your daddy? Do you know me? And the kid would be like, I don't know, dude, but you look like me. So come on in.
Yeah.
I don't know how that will go, but I'm guessing that's how it would go.
It's up.
If that kid was you, it would. It's like, wait, do you have a van?
Where's your white van?
Bilal got it.
Bilal's borrowing the van.
No, it's okay. It's for a prank to his wife. No, you'll see.
Yeah, no, he gets to use it. He's a white van investor as well. He invests in white vans.
Oh my god, that guy is just.
He owns stake in that work van that he has right now.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are, the day off, right? The day off. They're about to take off. Vinny, Avi, Ariella, they're all leaving. They get in the van, paid by her mom. And Ariella says, you sisters have never treated me well, which is not true. And she tells him, no one will show. And that sucks because that will hurt his feelings, Biniam's feelings. And then the friends and family are like, yo, what's up? We're here. And Ariella got like this like fuchi face, like, fuck. You weren't supposed to show up, I'm supposed to be right. You're supposed to hurt his feelings. So
but you see, she kept her ass out the way so she didn't get no more shit chucked at her.
That's right. She did. She's like, I'm not getting out of this fucking van.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the way.
That was one of the greatest moments for me ever. I was like, thank you, Wish. Thank you. So then, obviously Binyam is like, hey, what's going on? Nothing. Okay, well, listen, we're leaving. Bye, blah, 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 blah. And then Ariela's like, yeah, I promise I won't be a jerk. But then she acts like a jerk because he tries to pull the baby out, Abby, and be like, hey, Abby wants to say goodbye to the two women that helped me raise them, and help you raise them. And Ariela's like, no thanks, it's too cold.
Well, let me just say this though. First of all, Abby was sleeping, so Abby wasn't saying any of that. Number one, Abby can't speak. Okay. Number two, they made a whole big deal about, we can't even see the baby. I'm like, do you not have legs? Can you not walk in that van? I mean, come on.
They don't want to. Ariela don't want to see her.
It doesn't matter. So what? Turn around. You can still go in.
So what they were proposing is that, hey, why don't you bring the baby out so we can see him, say our goodbyes, and then there will be zero drama like Ariela wanted. But instead, Ariela's like, no. You two come to the van and start shit with me so I can prove to Vinian that you two ain't shit.
Because you got to understand, Ariela doesn't want to argue with these poor people.
True.
She ain't got time to be arguing with poor people.
That's true too.
That's pretty much where she is in her head. I'm serious. Like, look, I'm trying to be nice to you poor motherfuckers. Okay. I'm taking Benny we getting married and we gonna live with my mom and daddy and they gonna pay for everything we do for the rest of our life. Y'all stay here and be poor. Period. I got him.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's honestly what it was. And she had that attitude too towards the end, which is like, nah, I'm not fucking hanging out with you guys anymore. You treat me like shit. I'm leaving. I'm out.
I mean, she did get wine thrown in her face.
That happened.
And she disturbed it though. It was very
No. Wait a minute. Hold on. No. The wine should have been distributed evenly in her face and Binyam's. Again, he's the one that fucked that up, and they were upset, and I get it, and they were upset with her, but it wasn't all on Ari. I mean, granted, they have a bad relationship and, that was about to happen. I get it. But, he's skipping out of here like unscathed, and I get it. It's their brother, but still, I'm just making a point. I'm not necessarily defending Ari, but they could have acted right too. And they didn't.
Binyam has a good heart, Riri.
No.
Ari don't got a good heart.
Binyam is a dreamer. Okay.
I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah. I agree. He's a little bit of a dreamer, but see, he has a good heart though. His heart is somewhere in the right place. His actions just ain't yet.
Yeah. He's getting there. He's getting there.
The whole thing with the wine, okay? She got wine thrown at her because she was interfering in the middle of a conversation. Yes, she was. Because Binyam was talking to his sisters, to Wish, and Wish was telling him, why can we hear this from you? Why do you have to come here with Ariela and tell us now? And Ariela, out of nowhere, for no reason at all, she was like, why are you talking about me? This isn't me. This is his fault. Why are you talking to me? Why are you guys talking to me? And they're like, shut your mouth. Nobody's talking to you. Bam. Here's some wine. Shut up. That is exactly what happened, dude. She had no part of that conversation. She inserted herself in it, and she got wine thrown at her.
Yeah, and it's Wish and Mimi's defense. Is that Wish and Mimi? Is those the stay names? All right, in their defense, like it did shut her up.
Well, boom. Yeah.
Thank you.
Dalila said it right here. Vinny needs a backbone. That dude is a jellyfish.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think that Benny was like shitting himself, like for real. Like he probably had some like hot squirts coming out. He was like, "Fuck, what do I do?" But who knows? Maybe he's been assaulted by his sisters. Probably has. They seem like they don't fuck around. But I will say also that, Benny also kind of threw Ari under the bus to his sisters at the lunch, saying like, oh, well, she's upset. And even though I'm sure she was, but she kept telling him, I'm not upset. And what did he say? Oh, she's upset. Because he doesn't know how to fucking deal with anything. And he's just like, oh, don't be mad at me. So
I think he wants it to work out between the two of them. But I mean, it just doesn't, because you remember there was a point in here where the producer asked one of the sisters if she needs to apologize to Ari. And she's like, hell no.
Right.
She's like, hell no, I don't need to apologize.
Right.
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 Yeah.
But Benny, it's like, it's the next day and he's like, so you want to come to lunch with us? Like, bro, what? What drugs are you smoking? Like, why would you ever even suggest
But
that?
I mean, time is running short. You can't just be easing in the shit now because the flight leave in like 4 hours.
But so what if she doesn't go? You know what I
waited
mean?
too
It's
long
like,
to tell him.
yeah, but so what if she doesn't go? I mean, imagine if that happened to Jenna. Like, say, I don't know, if you brother or sister, whoever, tossed a glass of wine in Jenna's face, and then 12 hours later, you're like, hey, yeah, so you're gonna come to lunch with us? The fuck? Like, come on.
But look, all right.
I would be smart enough to be like,
Yeah, we're not going to lunch.
you stand here.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bring it up.
and
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm going to the store. I'll be back.
I'm going to get cigarettes.
But I mean,
Yeah,
like, you understand, like, I get where Benny's coming from. He just wants everybody to get along. Like, to him, this is all family.
Yeah, he's a dreamer.
And then,
he's a dreamer.
like, you know what I mean? Wishing Mimi is like, I don't like that bitch. And then Ari's like, I don't like them bitches. And it's like, Cook, can you bitches just like each other, please? So we can, like, I want to have a good, happy transition to a new home to take care of my family.
I don't like my family that much at all to care. I'd be like, all right, fine. You guys don't get along. What time's,
like,
time's our
whatever.
flight?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Yeah, like, bye. Yeah, anyway.
Because we keep forgetting that this is a big transition for Benny on, regardless of what happens. Like, this
Of course,
is,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
being taken away from everything he knows.
That's true.
So, like, at least you would want him to be like, look, all right, white girl, get out the van. Let me give you a hug real quick. Take care of my brother, please. Good
He's
luck and
gonna-
Godspeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's going to
But they
He's gonna
thugs. They don't think like that.
he's gonna blend in pretty well in Jersey though with some of those outfits he's got.
Oh, yeah.
He could be in New Jersey dressed like Randy Macho Man Savage. Like, like, why are you wearing a feather boa?
Like some of those shirts he has are just loud. I'm like,
That's his
whoa,
thing,
Benny.
man.
I know, but hey,
He knows how to work it.
he's gonna have a smooth transition to that Jersey life. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But then at the end, Wish and Mimi just kind of said, you know what? My brother's situation, the best way to describe it is he's stuck.
Yeah,
He's
He is.
stuck. And that's just all there is to it. And even Jenna just turned around and looked at me and she's like, that sucks when your own family thinks like that. That you're just stuck. Like, they don't see that you're happy. They just,
Like, they're not
Like,
wishing him
what do you
well.
do?
There's like, this bitch is going to destroy you.
like,
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're thinking.
it's sad because, like, I think they're taking care of their dreamer brother. And now he's just off. Like, now somebody else is.
we're gonna have a Yolanda situation.
We're gonna have Wish go down there and be like, dude,
Yeah.
what's up?
What's up?
Ari's gonna
What
get
up,
in the
Jersey?
car.
Well,
Gonna be
we'll
like-
have Yolanda show up. Yeah.
I pops up.
He pops up.
Oh God.
So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for these two. It was a very fun segment, and man, I can't wait to see what else Ariella has to offer.
Oh, nothing. It's gonna be awful. I mean, she's basically, she's it's not gonna be good for Benny. I mean, let's face it. She's playing on her fucking home turf now. You thought she was bad in Ethiopia.
Well, she was, when she was back at home last season, she was just like, dude, you're always cheating, you're always doing
Yeah.
this. He's gonna look at some girl and she's gonna be like, oh, you want her, or you want to go marry? Why don't you go marry her? And she's gonna say all kinds of nasty shit.
Miguel, you're
She's
assuming
awful.
you're assuming she's gonna let him out of the house.
Yeah,
I
he
mean-
ain't going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere.
True.
Look, he probably ain't got to work a day in his life. Look, everything. Look, you need to get a job. No, you don't. Like, my parents rich. We good. Sit down. Right?
Dancing in the fucking basement.
Yeah,
dude.
you can go do some cartwheels or something in the backyard, but you're not leaving.
Yeah.
Freelancing dancer.
Yeah, he's a freelance dancer. Dancer and dreamer.
Oh my god!
Like,
What a
so who
life.
do you dance for? My wife.
My life.
My life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Benny's in
God.
trouble.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I got for them. Do you guys have anything else to add about this?
No, I think we got him.
No, I think that's it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, to everybody watching the live right now, thank you so much. Dalila, I see you in there in the comments. Thank you so much.
Dalila,
We
what up,
appreciate
sis?
you.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yeah.
Kisses for your forehead.
It's my girl.
And for everybody watching in the future, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And of course, now that you're on the YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe. I'm not sure where the button is, but make sure you subscribe to it.
Yeah, there's a notification button somewhere. Hit that too. It's a bell. I think it's a bell.
Tap that bell.
Yeah.
Ring that bell.
So
Tap that bell ass.
So you get notified whenever we go live. And rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, and rate us on Spotify if you listen to us on Spotify. Other than that, thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and goodbye.
See you.
Now, see you.
We out here.
Now, for everybody else listening right now, I want to let you know that we're about to move on. We're going to go with the next couple, and that is Kobe and Emily.
All right, Emily and Kobe. So the next morning they wake up post-coitus. Okay? It's post-coitus, like they had amazing sex and the chemistry is rekindled. Okay? They still getting it in out here. They picked up where they left off. And she was saying she was a little bit worried because she didn't know how like mom bod and dad bod were gonna match up in the sack, but it's all good, right? All good. And they get up and they get ready to go see Kobe, and Kobe's excited. He's pumped.
Yeah,
He's like, I wanted to do this shit yesterday, but I had to have the sex with you first before you're like the gatekeeper to my child. So I had to fuck through you first to get to him. So let's go. Okay.
She's like the final level boss.
Dick before baby.
Yeah, I gotta fuck this boss to get through. All right.
It's like his Liam Neeson and Taken.
Yeah.
Trying to get his son back. But he has to fuck all this.
I have a very specific set of skills. Right?
Well,
I
first
model
of all,
underwear and fuck like a Cameroon dude. That's
for
African sex. Sorry. All right, I'm done.
For underwear model, his choice of underwear that we saw, terrible. I was like, what the fuck is this dude wearing? I mean,
it's
come
underwear.
on.
It's China,
No.
Riri. They think that's sexy in China.
No.
You don't know what they like over there.
I used to wear those until I was like 8 years old.
Yeah. Like, you know what? You can look cute. They just didn't fit right. I mean, he had maybe it's a dad bod. I don't know, but it all looked wrong. And I was like, damn, dude, you could have had like a nice pair of those brief, whatever, those, not boxers, but you know, they're half boxers, spandex, whatever the fuck those things are. I don't know, whatever you guys wear. But
do you assume what type of underwear dudes wear by looking at them?
no, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Most guys, I feel like they wear those, like, what do you call those things? Boxer briefs? Not, you know what I'm talking about? Are those boxer briefs?
Yeah.
Like the tight ones?
Yeah.
I feel like most dudes wear those now. But
I mean, unless you live in like a trailer park and you got like boxer shorts and like some and one basketball shorts, right? And a Monster Energy drink hat. Like, but other than that, like, yeah, usually.
yeah.
And a piercing in your eyebrow.
And drinking Mountain Dew.
Go-go juice.
Oh,
Mountain Dew
God.
and Monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, man, for an underwear model, no thanks.
Hey, shout out to Kobe for doing it though. Like, can you say you've been an underwear model, Riri?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. All right. Let's move on with the story. Okay.
I also been a model too.
I mean, we can use the term model loosely, but have I been paid to be shown in my underwear? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Me too.
I have not. I gave that shit away for free.
Well, exactly. Listen, I gave that away for free for a long time, and I was like, fuck this shit. Listen, I have a limited number of years left that I can look all right. So
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta make that money. I gotta get that bag when I can, baby.
Yeah, let me show this off. My titties still where they supposed to be right now.
Yeah. You want to see what them titties do.
Oh God. So
Hey, you asked.
yeah, hey, because we out here. We talk about it.
We out here.
Yeah. So she asked Kobe, she's like, are you more nervous about meeting Kobe or meeting her family? Because she's nervous about how the family's gonna receive him because they live in Salina, Kansas.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you know about Salina, Kansas. I personally don't know a goddamn thing, but I do know that it's not a lot of like black people there either.
Yeah, there's exactly two, and he is one of them.
Him and Kobe. That's
Dude, no lie. That used to be one of my first jokes when I first started doing comedy. So I'm from Whitman, Massachusetts, where the Mexican population is me and my dad. And it is such a silly joke, but it was true.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I feel like she was I feel like that whole conversation was her trying to be like polite. I don't know. I feel like she's like, I don't know if my parents are going to be into the fact that, he's like actually an African dude. Like, I think that was her a little bit of like, are they going to pull out the Trump flag or what?
Can I be honest with you? I don't think they are like that. I think
No, I don't think that they
come off as hippies to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of felt like she was getting, I don't know, like that kind of like, but I mean, they've seen him and obviously they know, who he is, but I don't know. I felt like she was getting a little like squirrely about it, but
I think it's the fact that she's a shitty person and the parents just
True.
expect all of the friends and whoever she associates to be shitty. So they're like,
true.
who are you bringing now into the house?
Yeah.
And you just don't happen to be black. So it's coming across as like they might be a little rich, but I don't think they are. I think
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that at any point in their marriage, they're having this home that they were like, who's going to be living here soon? Some African dude, right?
What a twist.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with race. If you were to tell me right now in my house there's going to be a Vietnamese dude living here one day, I was like, no, it ain't. No, it's not. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just no.
That's what we're saying.
Right? But here we are. And so his heart's beating fast because he feels this shit too. Like his nerves is bad.
no.
And then get this. Shout out to Shopper Entertainment for putting this shit together the way they did. But did you see that whole country landscape thing they did with the house, right? With that country house and then like the snow falling and like horses and a dirt road.
Country roads. Yeah.
Oh God. And then you see all of that and some welcome Kobe streamers. So it's like, yeah, this is the house we're supposed to be at. So
right.
In case you're wondering, yes, you're going into this place. Right. This is where you live now, Kobe.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it though. It's a nice looking house.
Yeah, but they pull up and he's sitting there and she's like, are you okay? And then this man has a full-on panic attack.
Yeah.
He has a full-on panic attack, okay? And she is sitting there. Why does she almost seem like excited about it?
I think
Do you
she's
think
somebody
she's
that
like-
doesn't know how to like handle emotions well. Like I think she's just always like, and like I will fully, I can relate to that because I am very much, well, I'm getting better at it, but when people get upset, I don't know what to do. And I kind of like, so I think she just doesn't know how to process what's
I was
happening.
like that too, but I at least get to a point where I just keep a straight face and listen. Like I think that's a good place to start, right? Keep a neutral face and listen.
Neutral face. Yeah.
Yeah. And he has a panic attack and she's like, oh my God, he cares so much. Right. With this big smile. It's just like, this dude is struggling right now. He's trying to get himself together. And finally he does because he got sick of of Emily making a spectacle out of him. And he's like, all right, I'm good. So they head in and he's seeing all of the pics of Coben on the door and everything.
It was.
Yep. And they walk in and the family's in there with the baby. And Kobe needs a second before he warms up to Kobe. He gets that. And Kobe comes in. He sees all of this. And this man starts weeping. Like literally weeping.
I know.
Yeah.
I was crying. I was like, man, that's so sweet.
That was sweet.
Yo,
It
like
was.
I almost envy somebody who can feel like that. Does that make sense?
Well, I feel like once you're at that point, because remember, he used to live in China, and now he went back to Cameroon, and now he's in the U.S. in the middle of Salinas, Kansas. So to be in a different country and seeing your kid for the first time, and since he was born, really, and being with this family that are just being so welcoming, because you see the signs outside and everything. So it's like it has to hit you like really hard. I remember in middle school when my dad had an accident and he like slipped off a scaffold open his head and like cracked it open. He had to be like taken to like the hospital and everything. It was like a whole thing. And I missed school for like a couple of weeks. The kids in the school, this is like, you know, like a week or two after just started school. I don't know any English, nothing. All these kids get together and put together like a nice little basket.
Aww.
And they give me like a little soccer ball, and everybody signs their name on it, you know, like being supportive because they found out what happened and everything. And
This
like at that point, what?
Man, fuck you, Miguel. Fuck you, dude. You know what you're doing. Like, you have to know you're doing that.
Hold on, no. I'm trying to explain to you like the emotion that that Kobe is going through, because I kind of feel like I went through something similar to that. So as soon as I see the basket and everything, like everything just kind of like goes away from you. Like you just go, oh my God, this is amazing, and you can't really hold it in. So I just started crying in front of everybody. You know, because like this is like such a nice gesture that they did for me. They thought about me. They've known me for 2 weeks.
That's very sweet. Yeah.
I can't even communicate with like most of them.
That's for those kind people that got you the basket with the soccer ball in it. Shout out to them.
So so I feel like, you know, Kobe, again, being in a foreign land and seeing his kid for the first time and everybody being nice to him, just kind of touched his heart in a way that he just couldn't control it, and he had to let it out, man. Not to mention that he's nervous and he's suffering, probably getting anxiety from this.
Yeah,
this is a lot to take in just at once. And
dude, that was a ton to take in.
Yeah, so shout out to David and Lisa, because Kobe could have moved in with Jibri parents. They had a really different experience.
They're like, what's for dinner?
So you're taking out the trash tonight. That's what we're gonna start.
Oh God.
Oh, and shovel the driveway.
Yeah. So then the parents, David and Lisa, we say their names. They were good people. They thought Kobe's reaction was beautiful. Like they really appreciated him appreciating everything that was happening.
Yeah.
And David's like, I don't know, I still don't trust that motherfucker like that. I'm gonna keep my eye on him, right? I want to make sure my baby and my grandbaby is okay, but I mean, he cool for now, but I still don't trust that motherfucker like that.
I know what that dick do.
Yeah.
Basically, what he's saying is like, there's gonna be condoms laying all over the house.
Oh yeah.
She can not get pregnant again, man.
Yeah. There you go. And that's all I got. We left it right about there. He's Kobe's home, ladies and gentlemen. He made it.
He did. I was very happy to see that. He was very sweet. Seems like he's a very sweet guy for
From
now.
Cameroon to Kansas, we out here.
Yeah, we out here. We way the fuck out here.
So much out here, baby. So much. All right.
So next up, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
We have a new couple alert. Riri, you got this one?
Oh, hell yeah. I do got this one.
Let's talk about Patrick and Thais.
Let's talk about Patrick and Thais.
Please.
So we meet Patrick, who is just a big bag of meat. Okay. This guy is just a fucking giant pork loin. Okay. What the fuck? He's got a tiny head and he's just all beef. And makes sense because he lives in Austin, Texas.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, right?
All right, if you wonder what the horn is for, Riri lived there too. So
Yeah. So I was like, oh hell yeah, Austin. All right. But side note, I'm gonna spoil it for you. He doesn't really live in Austin. He lives in he lives in Dripping Springs, which is like an hour outside of Austin, but it doesn't sound as sexy as Austin, so that's why they say that.
An hour outside of Austin?
Yeah, it's like an hour south of Austin.
Well, he can't even. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Poo poo on him. Okay.
Is that when people say, I'm from Boston, and they go, what part? And they're like, Apple, Massachusetts. And you go, that's basically New York. You're talking about you're in Boston.
Exactly.
That's not the same thing.
That's not close to the same thing.
Not even close. But so anyway, but you know what? for the sake of TV and for the TLC watching, we'll say it's Austin. I'll still remind you that it's not though. But anyway, so we meet Patrick and we see they do this like weird, sexy montage of like close-ups of him like working out in a gym. You're like, what is happening? Right? You see this dude just fucking lifting weights and you got his wrist straps and all this stuff. And he's like, what's up? I'm Patrick. Guess what? I'm a meathead.
Thirst traps. Those are thirst trap. He was trying to get the ladies moist.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Nice.
Yeah. So Patrick, we find out, has been big into weightlifting his whole life. He's been very gifted in that field. He also further tells us that he was on the U.S. national team. He was the number one strong man in the country at one point. Right? And I was like, all right, Patrick, like, you're not just some CrossFit dude. Like, you're legit. Like, you just do this stuff. So, and he was saying how he trained for the Olympics. Like, I'm like, God damn, this guy's, he's got something going on here. And, and then we find out though, I was like, what's wrong with this boy? And then we find out that his dreams ended because, he dabbled in a little illegal drugs. Being HGH, he tested positive. And then he fucked up again and tested positive for testosterone. So old boy Patrick had his dreams ripped out.
All right, so let's just go ahead and let's just get this out in the air now. We now learn right here that this boy is about taking shortcuts.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's great. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even absolutely. Right. So he's like, he's talking this big game and then he's like, oh yeah, and by the way, I cheated. And then I cheated again. And here I am.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, right. And along the way, while he was in his whole weightlifting thing, he was married before he had met his first wife. And she was also a weightlifter. But, when she found out that he was, after he got disqualified doing all that doping, she was like, nah, I'm out. Bye. So
you think that's what really happened?
That's what he said. I mean, he said that he was like, weightlifting was their bond. And then once he wasn't able to, do anything like competitively, she was like, see ya.
All right. This was his wife. He cheated on his passion twice.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure there was a lot more to it. I mean, I'm sure he probably dipped his dipstick in other areas that shouldn't have been in. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows what happens in those gyms? If anybody's seen Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie, what is it? The fuck is that documentary? Anyway.
Shit, I don't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Terminator.
No.
It was a documentary.
Pumping Iron. Pumping Iron.
That's what it was called.
Yeah. Yeah. So we all know what happens in those gyms. So anyway. So he's out there in Dripping Springs in this big old house by himself. And he's like, and then we see his brother and we see this dude coming through and he's cooking and we see this guy and we're like, who's this clown? And all of a sudden he's like, bruh, he's like, what are you cooking on the stove there, kid? Yeah, no, you need some salt in there. Listen, get out of the way. Let me do it. So he's like, and I'm like, who's this guy? Turns out that's his brother. That's his brother, John, his older brother, John, who is from Boston. He's from Boston, kid. So, yeah. So now I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. He doesn't sound anything like him. And they acknowledge it in their little sit down because they sound totally different. I mean, Patrick sounds pretty average and you got John kid over here. I don't talk like that. But he does. And then we find out that, they were born in Boston, but his parents went through divorce. His mom has a history of mental illness. It was kind of sad when he was talking about that. So when he was like 7, he ended up leaving Boston and lived in someplace else. I don't think it was Texas, but he moved out of there. So, but anyway, he goes on to say that when he was going through his divorce and all the stuff with the sport, his brother John was the guy who was like, got his back,
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, kid. I'll come out there. I'll come out to Austin. So he was, so that's where they are. They're out there. They're living their best life in Dripping Springs. So anyway, so in the meantime, old Patrick is trying to get his spirits up because he's now divorced. He doesn't know what to do. He goes to Brazil to visit his dad because his dad is from Brazil, as we find out, which was another interesting thing.
I thought the same thing. His dad retired.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. His dad retired. You're right. His dad retired to Brazil. So his dad's out there in Brazil doing God only knows what. Because, I have some theories. So anyway, so he goes out there, and that is where he's like, you know what? I'm going to go on the dating app. I'm going to set my location to Brazil, and I'm going to see what's up. I'm going to see what this Brazilian meat can do out here. So he goes out. He swipes right on someone. He's like, damn, she's hot. And she swipes right. And who is it but Thais? And Thais. All right, that name can just go forever. So anyway, so they swipe right, and he's like, "Fuck, is this a catfish? I feel like this could be a catfish, right?" He's like, "She's way too beautiful. There's no way she's real." So he goes, he picks her up on the first date, and boom, what do you know? She's fucking real, baby.
She's a thing.
She's a thing. She's a hot little thing. I mean, you're looking at the pictures, and I'm like, God damn, girl.
She's hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I see what happens in that Brazilian water. Good for you. So they meet and they have a great time, and they just end up making out in a club, because that's what you do when you're a meathead. You just make out, you don't talk. So that happens, and then he's like, shit, I got to keep coming back to Brazil. So he keeps going back and forth to Brazil. And in the meantime, he learns Portuguese. Like, I got to give it to the dude. He really put the work in, you know?
For sure. Because how many people travel abroad and they're just like, it's fucking, everybody speaks English, right?
Yeah, and they're like, Google Translate, thank you.
But you remember his whole life became work, Brazil, repeat. Like, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, that's all I did is I worked, I went back to Brazil, I came back, and it was just a cycle. So he did that for like 11 months. And then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna ask her to marry me, and they did, and of course they had their very Instagram-ish proposal from the picture that they showed. And she said yes. So he's like, yeah, we fucking got engaged. We applied for the K1, and guess what? She's going to be here in 5 days, and she's going to live with me and my brother.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh,
fuck
God.
yeah, kid. I'm going to have a Brazil. Yeah. His brother's like, fuck yes. So anyway, they show the house again, and his brother is partying up in the kitchen with his friends, playing beer pong, because when you're in your 40s, that's what you do.
They're not partying; they're just having a good time.
Right. But Patrick is like, listen, I'm gonna call my girl because I call her every night. So he's video calling her, and she's on the phone, and they're speaking Portuguese, and she's like, what the fuck? What? And you just hear yelling in the background. She's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, it's just my brother. And then, he's like, no, I miss you, love. And they're doing all their little hand things, and they're being cutesy. And then who walks in? But fucking John. Kid, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Oh, hi. And he's trying to obrigado, whatever the fuck he's saying to her.
Which is the equivalent of somebody walking in and going, hey, thank you.
Exactly. Like, hey, hi, Miguel. ¿Cómo está usted?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So Patrick's trying to have this conversation with Thais. Thais, like, get your fucking, she's trying to talk to him. And Pat and John's just in the background, just yelling random Portuguese words, like drunkenly, just like, I don't know any Portuguese words besides that. I know, pau com manteiga, but he's just like yelling shit. And she's just like, get your fucking brother out of there. And he's like, hey girl, you gotta come out. You're gonna be here. It's gonna be a wicked good time, kid. And so she's just like, oh God, do we really have to fucking do this? She's like, do we have to live with your brother? And he's like, it's my brother. What am I gonna do? Well, he's been with me, and I told you this was gonna happen. She's like, yeah, I don't think so, but we'll see about that.
Not for nothing, I like John, dude. I like him.
I fucking love John. John
I like John.
Listen,
I do.
We all know John. Like, John is the guy. John is like the classic Boston townie. He is like, he's the guy that's at the bar that knows everybody. He walks in, John, it's very much, we all know John. So I'm not mad at him. I was like, listen, he's trying to be friendly. He's fucking drunk as hell. I mean, when they were doing the little solo interview with him, you could see he's like swaying and like trying to fucking talk.
Hey, Thais, you want a shot? Like,
yeah, kid, let's come on, Patrick, we're doing shots. Yeah.
Dude, I'll take a shot for you, Thais. Ay, obrigado, obrigado.
Obrigado. Yeah. So she's just like, this motherfucker. So yeah, so that's what's happening there. She's just like not having it, and whatever. So he's like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're not gonna party. She's like, there's no parties. He's like, no, we don't have party. We don't have parties. We have a good time.
Fuck yeah.
So then that happens. So then the next segment we see them. They're on their way driving someplace, and they're talking. He's like talking about everything or whatever, and they get to a bar. And they get to this bar and they're sitting in there and he's like, bro, what's up? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I got to put my location on my phone. He's like, what? Kid, what? So we find out that Patrick has to put his location on his phone so that Thaisa, or am I calling her?
Thais.
Sorry, Thais. Thais knows where he is at all times, right? And Patrick doesn't think this is that weird because he's like, she lives in another country. It happens. I understand. She, I don't want to get her upset. And I was like, well, what's she going to get upset about? And here's where I'm getting big Jasmine vibes from Thais. Cause, what's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say this is like the scientists in Jurassic Park, where they're like mixing all the
amber,
kinds of,
yeah,
they're like the T-Rex and like a new version of the T-Rex, and you put them together and make like a new hybrid.
Yeah.
This is it. This is got Brazilian genes, which are crazy on the show. You got the tell me exactly where you are at all times genes from Jasmine, and what you get is one fucking golden child. This is the golden goose right here.
And on top of everything else, like with all of this, she's gorgeous. So now,
so she can dictate that dick. She's like, listen, this is what's gonna happen.
And I'm pretty sure she knows that, and that's what's happening right now. It's the same thing Jasmine was doing to Gino. It's like, look, you are lucky to be with me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I'll give Patrick some more credit than Gino. I mean, Patrick's not a terrible looking dude. I mean, he's a good looking guy. He clearly is, he's misshapen, but he's a good looking person, I think. He's no Gino. He doesn't have that soul patch on the back of his head. But we also find out too, Patrick was talking a little bit about his work, because I'm like, how's this motherfucker live in such a big ass house that he's always talking about from weightlifting? Like, what does he do? So we find out Patrick actually sells home security. So he's that asshole that walks around your neighborhood and fucking knocks on your doors like, hey, have you considered fucking ADT or whatever the hell he sells? So, and then we find out that he's like, yeah, so I do that and I have a whole team of people. But, because Thais doesn't like me being around women, I am not allowed to train women in the field because she doesn't understand the concept that men and women can work together. Poo on him for real. I was like, oh, dude, see, you already fucked up. You already screwed the pooch. Like, this is your classic misstep.
Basically he's buckled, but he's trying to frame it as I'm doing right by my lady because I love her.
He's doing the move like I said with Eve. He's given up everything. Like the minute you start giving away your freedoms, you're done, dude. You're done. There's no coming back. And he's like, well, when she's here, I'm going to put the location back on. And for some reason, of course, because John is John, he's like, the lady next to him at the bar, he's like, listen, you think this is fucked up? Because it's fucked up. And she's like, well, she's trying to be polite. And then, she's like, well, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes your relationship work. But she's like, that's pretty fucked up. I'm just getting big Jasmine vibes from this couple. And I don't think it's going to go well. And like you said, I mean, listen, everybody knows you don't fuck with Brazilian women.
Nah, dude, not on this show.
You don't know. I mean, you just don't do it. They do fucking jujitsu and they will fuck you up. They'll be serving you at Fogo de Chao. They'll be like, yeah, get on that fucking spit, idiot. So yeah.
All right, Riri, let me ask you a question. Okay. Cause we had a little bit of like, on the last Love After Lockup episode we did where I saw, Lacey as like just not putting her foot down. You saw it as abuse. Now, let me ask you this. In this situation, does Patrick qualify as an abused person?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
100%. I 100% agree. Anybody that, whether you're a man, woman, whatever, if you are being, dictated to on how you can behave and you are not a child, okay, that's an abusive relationship. It is a very abusive way to control someone. And that is all stemming from someone's insecurities. And generally speaking, people that do that are up to something. Okay. Cause they're like, I know all the fucking moves. And yeah,
and you notice there's always beautiful people that are that insecure.
Exactly. I'm like you said, I mean, she's a gorgeous woman. What the fuck are you worried about? Jasmine, what the fuck do you think was going to happen?
But Riri, you got to look at this. It's the richest people in the world that are worried the most about money.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You get what I'm saying?
All I'm saying, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100% agree that it is an abusive tactic. And, like I said, Patrick has already fucked up. Like, he's done. He cannot recover from that. Like, he's going to try, to put his foot down, but it's too late.
Yeah, he won't win.
No, you won't win. You've already given up all your cards. You're done, dude. So yeah, she's going to steamroll that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I really felt like, with that whole situation, like had it been reversed, like had it been, Patrick saying, hey, location, where you at? I'm checking in on you. Show me pictures of what you're doing. Let me see your security camera footage.
Exactly.
At your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Even Brian,
100%.
And shout out to Brian and Angela. Okay. We forgot the two patrons at the bar.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't get their names, but yes.
Yeah. Brian and Angela was trying to care, but they were like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, homie, you do that.
Yeah. They're like, I'm just trying to get fucked up.
And then John's like, hey, my brother's fucking stupid, isn't he? Right.
Listen, tell my brother he's a fucking idiot. But yeah, I mean, John is, to quote him, he is not co-signing on this bullshit. So he's not going to have it.
No.
So I think Brazilian crazy and Boston crazy are going to be a whole new level of fucking crazy in that house.
And this is what you got to realize, though. He's been to Brazil 14 fucking times.
I know.
14.
I know. Right.
I don't think he got time to fuck with nobody else.
And also, and as you said, Miguel, I think it was, he actually took the time to learn Portuguese. And I'll tell you something, that it's not an easy language to learn. It's not incredibly difficult, but as an adult learning a language, it's hard. And, he has taken the time and he's pretty good. I dated a Portuguese guy. I mean, listen, Patrick could have just gone to New Bedford and gotten a girl. I mean, there's plenty of Portuguese girls there. But go to Fall River.
But they're not Brazilian though. That's the difference.
No, they're not. No, they're like Portugal, or Azores. But he's taken the time. He's actually, in my opinion, I think that is a huge show of affection and love to somebody to be like, you know what? I want to learn how to fucking communicate with you. And meanwhile, he's like, yeah, she doesn't speak any English, like at all. And she doesn't want to. And that's another fucking power move. That's a power move on her part. She's like, yeah, no, you learn my language and you figure out how to talk to me.
Yeah, we trying to get me to America, but fuck that. You learn Portuguese, motherfucker.
Yeah, right? She's going to be in Texas. They don't have Portuguese people here. I mean, like it's not a heavily populated Portuguese place. Like I said, if he was in Boston, or Brazilian. I'm sorry. I keep saying, you're right. Brazilian. But regardless, that's not here, So she's going to have a hell of a fucking time trying to communicate, It's like, but like I said, to me, that just showed when people refuse to even try, that just shows their level of commitment to me. And I'm like, you know what? They're not interested. They don't want to fucking learn it because why would they,
Facts.
I agree. I agree.
That's them.
Yeah.
That's them.
So that's our new couple. Can we make predictions on them before we move on? Because we got to do that.
Yes. So now that we've met them, we got to make the predictions for them, and we have to decide whether we stay with our picks or if we switch them up.
Yeah.
So which one do you want to do first? Prediction or?
Let's do
other one.
predictions
Yeah,
first.
let's get that out the way
Predictions?
first.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Predictions for what's his name? Patrick
Patrick.
and Tahish.
And Thais. Yeah, that's her name.
Thais.
Yeah. All right, so
Okay.
I'll start. I
Okay.
think that she's going to move here. I don't think she's gonna go looking for another dude because it looks like Patrick got money if he'd have been to Brazil 14 fucking times.
Oh, 100%.
His
He's
fucking
got credit card debt.
yeah, his security the security
Mike.
system selling prowess is nice when he's at work, right? So now that she's here, he'll be able to work more and make more money and give more money to her. So I think she's just going to be an abusive kept woman who does what the fuck she wants.
Okay. I think she's going to get here, and I think he's going to be like, hey, listen, yeah, I've got this nice house, but I got to work. And she's going to have problems with that because he's going to have to leave her alone, and she doesn't speak the language here, and she's going to be fucking mad as hell. And I think she's going to be following him around. I think that they are going to have an explosive fight because John is in the house. And I don't think that shit's going to go well at all. Like, I think there is going to be a huge fight. And I don't know. I think hands might be thrown.
Between him and John?
Yeah, I think either
Maybe.
between him and John or between her and John. I think she's going to throw hands at John.
Maybe. I can see that happening. You writing this down,
Yeah.
Meg?
I have to, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I think she's going to be like, get in the ring, motherfucker. Let's do it.
Because I think he's gonna he is going to let that girl walk all over him, and this is why I tell you that. Look, he is a former fat dude. You saw all of the pictures. Patrick,
That was like because when you're a muscle man, you have to build in.
no, but I'm
so you
talking
have to
about
look
as a
like
kid. He was a
meat.
pie-faced kid.
Maybe.
You see what I'm saying? So he former fat dude. Okay, so maybe regardless, just like fucking what's his name, Cankles, Meg.
I
How,
forgot
like,
his Matt?
Max,
No.
yeah,
Max,
right. Max sees himself as Cankles. So that's why he's allowing all of these people to, you know what I mean? That's why he's taking so much shit from these people because he's like, look, she's bad. I can't get bad bitches like this because I got Cankles. And meanwhile, you're in shape. I think he's in that same mindset right now because you know how it is, Riri. Like sometimes regardless, like, you know, regardless of how you look now, a lot of the time, you look in the mirror and you still see, you know, what it is that you didn't like about yourself or that you used to be.
No, I don't know what that's like. I've always
Dysmorphia?
been amazing.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've always been
I think it's
beautiful
is it
child.
called dysmorphia? Am I making that up?
Body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It is. Miguel, what do you got?
I think, believe it or not, they're gonna make it through the 90 days. They're gonna get married. I'm with Marie. I think there will be a fight between John and Patrick, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. Patrick is gonna move out, dude.
Ooh, you think Patrick's gonna bounce?
So
it's Patrick's house, Dick. Like John's gonna have to go.
They'll get married and big fight, and John has to leave.
Oh, John. Okay. Yeah, that's
John
probably
will
going to
leave.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Boston.
Yeah, dude, I'm packing my things, going back to Boston, playing Dropkick Murphys all the way there.
I'm going to Southie, kid.
Yeah.
Dorchester.
Shout out to Dorchester. I like Dorchester, man.
Yeah, Dorchester's great.
Yeah,
it's
I like
great now.
Dorchester.
Didn't used to be.
Yeah.
Did a lot of shows there
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So is that all we got for them?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next couple. Let's go with Jibri and Miona.
Gibriona, ladies and gentlemen. That's who we're talking about now. So he wakes up with Miona, and she looks at him, is like, good morning. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I did. Go make me some breakfast. Right. So he gets his ass out of bed and gets to work. And he's like, well, in the meantime, you probably can go ahead and unpack your stuff. He's like, I ain't unpacking a goddamn thing. Okay. We talked about this when I was in Serbia. Okay. We going to the LA. This South Dakota shit is temporary. Okay. And she's like, I'm not trying to stay here. And Jibri's explaining to her, is like, look, you know, you're trying to live an expensive lifestyle. This shit costs money. Like, you want like horses and shit at your wedding or something? You want like this fly wedding that you could put on the gram? We ain't got paper like that. We ain't got put the wedding on the gram paper. This is JOP paper right here, right? And she's worried about like having to cook and clean since she hasn't had to do any of that.
None of it
at all. Like, what we're seeing right here is just two spoiled brats trying to adult.
Yes.
You notice that?
Yeah. Totally.
You're seeing two spoiled brats trying to adult and not doing a good job of it.
And it's sad to watch.
Yeah. And so then they head out with their matching square sunglasses to the grocery store. And
you gotta shop in style, baby.
Yeah, and
You're so
she's
sexy.
And Miona is like looking at corn dogs, like, we can't feed my parents corn dogs. That's nasty. You know, go and get that chicken Alfredo right there, and we'll head home and cook that.
I did like how she was roasting our food, though.
Yeah.
It's like, your shit looks like plastic. Corn dogs suck. The fuck is this?
No, she was trying to get corn dogs. She's like, I ain't never had a corn dog before.
Yeah.
Eight burritos.
Like,
for
what the Jibri, what them corn dogs do? You know, right? She was trying
I love
to
how they only shopped in like the frozen section though. They were just like, oh yeah, they're like, this is it, baby.
They didn't get a fucking onion, nothing.
She saw an apple, and that was it.
The 8 burritos for $3 is a pretty damn good deal.
Sounded good.
God.
Yeah.
So
the shits, but it's a good deal.
So they leave the grocery store. First grocery trip successful. They got a bag of chicken voila, right? And they head back to make it. And you know, he's saying he doesn't really like to do chores, and like they're both just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this either. It's like, all right, heat it up. We'll see if they eat it. Right?
Did you see how she was heating it up on the stove? I was like, this girl's never fucking stirred a pot in her life. Like, she didn't even know what to do with the spoon. She was like,
she was.
Some of these people you look at like, how did you live this long?
Right.
Well, no, she's like, I never cooked. I always ate out. Like, I never really had to.
Right.
So it's like, all right, I don't blame you. I mean, you might have to learn now, but I don't know if like chicken Alfredo is like the first thing you want to like cook.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what I mean?
try
Like,
with chicken nuggets first.
yeah,
Chicken
just
nuggies.
try to get some of those corn dogs. Like, put it in the microwave and
Chop them up, make them look like pigs in a blanket. Be like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, start easy.
So as they're both in the kitchen throwing down, okay, she asks if Jibri plans on spending more time with David, and he's like, yeah, like we looking at getting this band back together. You know what I mean? You know, we're looking at finishing this album and whatnot. And he says to us, like, look, y'all need to figure y'all shit out. I don't know what y'all hate each other like y'all do for, but, you know, that's my family. Like, you don't understand. David is my kum, right? That's the word in Serbian. It means Godfather. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't like that dude. And so she didn't give a fuck. And
It was wonderful how she said it, too. It was like zero fucks were given at that moment.
Yeah, and she says she doesn't want him to do the album just because she doesn't like David, right? And like this, what you're seeing right now is a person that's genuinely and unapologetically like all about her. She don't give a fuck about nobody else. Like, I think she's making that very clear. You know? And later they're setting up the pre-made dinner they heated up for the parents, right?
Pre-made.
and the parents show up. Mahala, what's the dad's name again? And Bobo. Brian. Yeah, Mahala and Brian.
Bobo.
And they all sit down, they serve them their food. It's like, you guys enjoy. And Mahala tries it and she's like, ooh. And then she looks over at her husband. It's like, Brian, did you try this yet? Go ahead and do it real quick. Go and try this real quick. and he tries it and he's like completely silent and everybody's silent for a while, and then Mahala's like, look, this shit is nasty. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This shit is nasty.
I gotta be honest. I was very disappointed in Mahala's behavior at that dinner. I was like, damn, she's being rude as hell.
Yeah.
And her husband, and he was Brian, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I mean, he
Brian
was just
Bobo.
like, yeah, Brian Bobo. He was like just trying to follow her lead. He's like, yeah, it's nasty. And then he's like, but it's not that bad.
She's
I
like,
mean,
this nasty. She's like, yeah, right?
yeah, that was rude as hell.
Yeah.
I gotta say, dude, and I don't mean to like sound like I'm defending Mahala or Brian, but if somebody invites you over and they make you like a nice meal and it looks decent, you're right, and you're about to eat it, you take a bite and it tastes like shit, it kind of like it fucks with you a little bit. Like now you're just hungry and you want that specific dish, but you can't eat it because it tastes like garbage.
I get
It's
it.
kind of mean.
Yeah, but it was very mean. It was just like, she knows that her son can't cook, and she fucking knows that Miona can't cook. It's like, girl, all right. But this was your idea.
I think
this was
that the whole chores thing, because I don't think Jibri's been having to do chores like that.
no.
I
So he
think
can't even fucking start a
that
lawnmower.
what this is like, look, if you are going to take my son and marry him, I'm gonna need you to be, because this boy can't take care of himself. I'm gonna need you to know some stuff. You know how to swing a mop? Okay, can you do that? Right? Like you obviously don't know how to make no fucking chicken Alfredo. So let's revisit that later. Like
she can, and I understand that, and I think you're right, but I think she's approaching it completely wrong. It's like
absolutely.
she's just setting them up to fail big time, and so she can be like, see, you need me. So I don't know. My opinion's getting a little different on Mahala. I'm like,
she's
I don't know about
entertaining.
this.
I'll give her that.
She is, but like I said, I actually felt really bad for Jibri because you could tell he was like upset, and he was like, don't fucking eat it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm with him on that. It's like, all right, you could maybe push it around your plate and whatever, but you don't need to just come straight out and be like, this sucks. And I don't even think this is chicken and this is garbage and fuck you.
Yeah, but you got to give it to...
I don't know that I'm mad at that.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about the amount, like she has to know at this point it came out of a bag. They did just heat it up. So
of
it
course,
took no effort.
But EJ, it's manners. It's just polite manners to not insult somebody that's making you food. You just don't do that. What were you going to say, Miguel? Shout out to...
Miona.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because after she heard your food is nasty, this isn't like okay, like it's edible, whatever, she was like, hey, I want to go spit in your fucking people's pillows and I'll be right back. And then she came back and they're like, this is okay. And she's like, I still don't give a fuck. We're not going to live here for a while.
But did you see when me...
like, we're leaving soon. I don't care.
Yo, did you see when Miona got up? That Jibri was like, Mom, can you chill? Can you cut the shit? Like she trying to impress y'all. It's like, well, she is not Jibri. Okay.
No, that's what Marie was saying. It's like, he was like, he felt that. He felt that.
I would be fucking pissed at my mom if she pulled that shit.
But look, if you're trying to impress somebody, chicken voila is not the move.
No, it's not. But like we said, Mahala knows that they don't know how to cook. And it's like, girl, okay, so they did the best that they could do, which is not much, and they got a frozen dinner and they put it in a pot, and okay, it sucks. Like, I get it. But what she could have done is like, hey, I'm going to show you some basics of cooking. Like, here's what real chicken looks like, and here's what spices are. I mean, she could have helped her out a little bit, but instead she's just like, nah, figure it out. And then for her to be so insulting about it, bad look. It was just a bad look.
Yeah, she needed to be like Momza was with Mumfus about the fish heads. Remember when she was trying to make the fish with the heads?
Yes.
Like, come in here, bitch. I'm gonna teach you how to make some fish, right?
Yeah. It's like, all right, like, yeah, you're gonna get a fucking lesson on some stuff. And like I would respect that more than, and they would probably have a better bond and a better relationship if she was like, listen, I'm gonna show you some things. Here are some skills that you need to have. That's it. But yeah, and
but
she's a therapist.
Miona. Miona don't give a fuck about none of this. Miona is like the missing Kardashian. She's like them Kardashian. Like she's like the other one that we don't know about. Like she's basically recreating herself to try to be famous in America. She don't give a fuck about this marriage. He's just a one-way ticket to America. Is all Jibri is.
she's only 23 and she looks like she's had extensive plastic surgery already. And
Because she's probably been stroking dudes like this her whole adult life.
Right.
And killing it.
Right.
And then you get this dude, he comes here. Don't Jibri look like, y'all ever watch the Power Rangers? Don't he look like the Black Power Ranger?
I never watched
blonde
it.
hair with blonde hair, yeah. And actually, now that you mention it, EJ, what's his name? Kobe. He looks like Shelton Benjamin, a WWE wrestler.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, like if I show him to you, you'd be like, holy shit, that's Kobe. He's been in the U.S. for the past fucking 20 years.
All right, well, but yeah, Mahala wasn't acting right.
No, I mean, because she knows this is bullshit, and she's not gonna sit here and do this song and dance with them. Like, she doesn't see this working.
True.
She knows that her son's a dreamer, right? And so yeah, I mean, I'll sit here and act like I give a fuck. But truth, I don't. I know this is not gonna work, and I'm not gonna see him be fake. This shit nasty. She fake, and I don't like none of this. Right?
True.
Yeah.
That's true. She was definitely giving out that vibe.
So and so do you respect the honesty at that point?
No.
Yeah, of course.
No. I think there's
from who?
I mean
From Mahala.
Oh no.
No.
That wasn't honesty. That was straight up rude.
Yeah, that was rudeness. There's
And
a
real
difference
quick,
between being
Meg, that dude do look like Shelton Benjamin. Just wanted to get that out there. But go ahead. What was you saying, Riri?
No, I was gonna say there's a difference between being direct. He does. You can be direct and polite, or you can be just straight up rude, and that was just rude behavior. And she gets a bad mark for me on that one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yo, I wasn't mad at her because I think this is all comical too. Like, this is not a forever. You get what I'm saying? This isn't. This isn't a relationship that I see working at all.
But is it your place to enter? I mean, I guess they're in her house, but she has an adult dreamer, and he's making adult dreamer decisions. And this is a woman who is from another country, who is present in your house. You should be at least hospitable. She's being very hostile right now.
Yeah,
this her fucking house.
Again, dude. I understand that, but it's not. EJ, you would not do that. You wouldn't do that shit. You can't even tell me if with a straight face you would do that. You would.
Let's just say, all
right, given the situation. So, all right, let's do this. All right, Cam is 20 years old or 21 years old or whatever. He brings some chick from Serbia here that I know is a thought, right? Somebody that's just trying to get to America and get some clout. And everything that she's doing and saying, because they had dinner with her before, and she was like, yo, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of South Dakota. Fuck South Dakota.
But she just got there. No. Miguel.
I probably wouldn't go that far, but I was like, I would be the petty one that goes to the trash can and pull it out the bag of chicken voila. Like, look, really? This is what you call cooking? Okay, this boy can't cook, okay? He's a dreamer who likes to play grunge rap or whatever the fuck it is he does, right?
Space punk.
Yeah. Space punk, yeah. Like, look.
What is that?
Somebody gonna need to cook in your relationship, and chicken voila ain't gonna do it.
Well, maybe he's gonna make that big hit and make that money, and they don't have to cook, and they can just eat out all the time. Who knows?
There you go. With her makeup line and his space punk.
Oh,
yeah, maybe.
That was one of my favorite parts where it's just like, no, honey, you don't get it. Like I'm working on this CD and it's got lots of potential, and it's like, for who? You're the only target demographic.
Yeah,
like you and your three friends that like created this. Type.
Yeah, like the only fans are the people who made the music and like 8 people in Serbia at this one little hole in the wall bar.
Exactly. But hey, he's a dreamer. So let him have his dream.
He's the worst type of dreamer because he's the kind of dreamer that actually tours Serbia. So he's got like a tour under his belt. So
But he's
got,
doing
like, this-
something right. I mean,
Yeah.
if he's getting people, listen, he's getting asses in seats, so he's doing something right. So whatever. Maybe over in Serbia, they just got a different kind of thing going on. But,
They sure do.
yeah.
They sure do.
So, all right. Is that all we got?
Yeah, that was it. That was where they left us with them. And
All right.
now we're on to, I don't know who got this one, but let's find out. Next up, we have
Guillermo.
Kyra and Guillermo.
That's me. I'm up next.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we've got them. They're coming back from the airport. They're traveling down the road, and Guillermo is like a little kid seeing everything for the first time. He is like super amazed at all the big houses and all the land. He's getting excited about hay bales. He's like, what the fuck? What is going on here? He's just, everything is different. The horses look different. The cows look different. He's all in awe. And it was pretty adorable, I thought. He was watching it and she was like, oh, he's like, well, is this going to be annoying for you to hear me doing this? And she says, no, it's so cute. I love it. Kisses, whatever. So they get to her house and, we see they wake up in bed. And it's the next day,
Post-coitus.
and post-coitus.
There we go.
Little kitten breath.
Stop it, you two. Stop it.
And she's like, "How'd you sleep?" Because that's the code for we fucked all night. All right. So he's like, "Oh yeah, well, after we did everything, I slept pretty well." And Guillermo's just like, loving the fact that he's in this big bed. He's in this nice house. He's got all the stuff. He's got like air conditioning. I even got cold, but that was because we were naked, because guess what? We fucked. Just in case you didn't get it. The first 5 times we mentioned it.
Yes, they had the coitus, ladies and gentlemen. They did it.
They were fucking, he was giving her all the pumps. So she was the old pump house last night. So, she's full of pumps. And he's like, yeah, I took a shower and I had hot water, and he took a shower for about half an hour. And he said, in the last house he was in the DR, he didn't even have hot water. So that was like a luxury for him. And I was like, all right, man, good for you. You get that hot shower money. So, he's loving his little dream in life there. And then they start talking about things and, what they're going to do. And he's like, oh, by the way, I need a computer. He just drops that out of nowhere. And she's like,
yeah,
what? Why do you need, what do you mean you need a computer? She's like, we have a limited budget. And, what's up with you needing a computer? I have a computer you can use. Well, I don't want to use your computer because you've got stuff on there that I'm sure you don't want me to see. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, you can use my computer. It's fine. I don't care. And no. Yeah, I'm sure there's things that are on there that you're going to be upset about. Let me tell you something, guys, right now. This is a red flag. This was a red flag for me for Guillermo. Because you know what? Guillermo wants that computer because he wants to do computer shit.
So he can password protect his transgressions.
Yes. Guillermo's like, listen, I've been away from her for 2 years. I've been able to do whatever the fuck I want. He's talking about, I had a computer, but I lost it. Who loses a computer? I mean, come on, Guillermo. So she's like, yeah, no, you're not getting a computer right now. So they start getting into it. And he's like, what are you, my boss? She's like, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to be.
I ain't like that. I ain't like it.
I didn't like it, but I will say I understand where she's coming from. Because,
okay.
Well, I'm coming from the place of, she says, we have $6,000 saved up. You're talking about getting a computer. That's like a third of the money. And we're on day 2. You're already like, this isn't an immediate need. But I have a fucking computer right here.
Riri.
Get a Google Chrome.
Not necessarily. That's what I'm saying.
I literally wrote that down. I said she can get a Chromebook for like $180.
Yeah.
So I think it's more the principle that he's just like, I need this now.
Because here's how I saw
that was shady.
I saw it as, okay, he's away from everything he knows. He's in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not good.
Like the Confederacy, like shed blood
it's-
all over that place. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
No, I get it.
like this is where he is now. He's away from everything he knows, and maybe he wants to have his own computer to where, all right, you know, she runs this business. She got to do her balloon shit, and then whatever else she has going on. Like, so say for instance, I want to at some point. Then she's taking her computer with her somewhere. If I
And you want to
at
see
some
what them
point-
titties do.
No, not necessarily titties. I want to see what that family do. Like, why can't he want to do that?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, dude, why can't you just get him a phone? Doesn't he have a phone already?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Doesn't he have a phone? I mean,
How do they keep in touch?
right. So I get where he's coming from, but I also understand where she's coming from. I think that there could be a compromise. However, I didn't like that she was very dismissive of the way that, you know, he was. I don't think he was communicating it well. I think he was also being a little bit of a child about it. He was like, I just want a computer. Just give me, it's part of my money. And I don't know what their money situation is. It sounds like they pulled it together. He's talking about selling a bunch of stuff. He's like, so that's some of my money. So I'm like, why would you give her your money? I don't know. The whole money intermingling doesn't sit right with me because they're not married. And also, like, why are you fucking giving her all your money? That's stupid.
Like, I understood her logic, but then there was a point where she was just like, well, you're not doing that, okay?
Right.
Like, you don't need it, okay?
Yeah.
Like, talk to him like a you don't talk to your partner like that. What's happening right now is, look, okay, I went over to that third world country and I saved you, you little piece of shit, okay? I run things here. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounded like to me, her being all Charlottesville.
Right.
That's aggressive.
I mean,
let's call it what it is, because you got to think about this. I mean, she was literally, and I meant to actually sound grab that part where she was just like, well, look, this is what happened and we're not doing it. You don't need it. Okay.
And we're going to
Don't
drop
talk
kick
to me
this
like that.
conversation.
Yeah.
She said, why don't we start with a toothbrush, which was pretty condescending. I was like, ooh, what are you, Gino? Give him a toothbrush.
You see what I'm saying? Like that, to talk to somebody like that, you're supposed to love. Like that's foul. There's a different way to say shit. And she picked the wrong way to do it. And
I agree. I also think though
I
that
can't wait for her to get canceled. I can't wait.
I'm sure she's going to get canceled, but I also will say, again, I think Guillermo was being a little childish about the demand, you know?
Oh, yeah,
so,
of course.
you know, he was just like, yeah, give me the toys. I want the toys. And she's like, what the fuck? You've been here 24 hours or 48 hours. Like, relax. We don't need it right this second. So compromise needs to be made. Again, she could have been like, let me get you a Chromebook. He would have been happy as shit with a Chromebook.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a Chromebook. It's fine. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Cheap.
It's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm cheap ass motherfucker. My laptop died. I got a Chromebook. It's fine.
Yeah. So I'm just saying there could have been that. It didn't even get discussed. It's like, you don't need one. Like, you know, like basically it was, look, if there's anything you want to get here, it goes through me. And I have the final say as to whether or not you do what you want to do as an adult. And right now I'm saying to you that I don't give a fuck with the computer cost. You're not getting one.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a power move. Definitely a power move. So, but
that.
it was kind of I mean, it was a little short segment with them and he was just like, yeah, she's treating me like I'm her kid and I don't like that. So we'll see what happens. I think there's going to be a lot more to come with that shit. Cause,
in all fairness, he's acting like a kid. So.
He was. I gotta say, I was back and forth on this because I was like, you know, I think they both behaved inappropriately. You know, they could have had an adult conversation and said, all right, let's see what we can look at. And if it's something within our budget, then like, yeah, hell yeah, we'll get you a computer. But also him being all squirrely about her not using her computer. I'm telling you, he's up to something. Guillermo's got some stuff he's got something going on. We're going to find out.
What do you think is going on? What if he were to get a computer, what do you think would be happening on it? Video games. That's what I was thinking too, be honest with you. Video games and FaceTime his family whenever he wants.
But again, you can do that with the phone. You don't need a computer for that.
But you don't
know
have
what
to
I mean?
sit
It's
there
actually more-
and hold a computer in front of your face. It just sits there. Like I'm talking to you on a computer right now. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
It's
they
a hell
have
of a lot
tripods.
easier than talking to you on a phone.
Yeah, but like you know what I'm saying? Like you can be walking around and you got your phone here and you can show your family your house or like you know like where you live in or like hey look mom I'm in Virginia, check me out. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could do that.
Yeah.
And with the computer, you can just be like, "Hey, oh shit, I lost internet, and I gotta
Yeah.
get back to my house." But with your
She
phone,
can get him
you
an
can do that.
Android. It's fine.
Oh,
And he will be loving life. He will be loving life. Those ultra fast speeds, those better cameras, it's gonna be so good. I hope he does get an Android.
He
Didn't your
is.
phone crack, EJ?
Yeah, my phone cracked.
Yeah.
But see, look, this is what happens
How did it
sometimes.
crack? How did it crack?
I opened it. I opened
Not
it.
a good look for Android. EJ, you'll never get.
No, but
response
see,
from
like we
Android.
got to give a shout out to Samsung for being willing to try things. This is one of those folding phones, but like, yeah, can you see those bubbles in my shit right there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that
fucked up.
happens. Yeah. I mean, other than that, it's a dope phone when the screen ain't fucked up.
Well,
Look,
there
I
you
can't
go.
even defend this phone no more. That's where I'm at with it. Like, yeah, the phone's fucked up, but Android itself, the actual platform is dope. This phone's a piece of shit.
Oh.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right.
Can't say that about the iPhone unless it's like a previous version of the iPhone.
Y'all ready to go on to the next couple?
Yeah.
Let's talk
do it.
about Bilal and Shaeeda.
Well, Bilal definitely has an iPhone.
Oh, he's
I
got
know.
that iPhone money.
He's got the iPhone 15X already. Like
Oh, yeah.
he is ahead of his time. And Shaeeda, she's still mad that he took her to the trap house, but he made up for it by bringing her to this nice home. So now everything in the world is okay.
Not really.
Right.
I mean, she still feels some kind of way. She's like, yo, I don't think I could trust this dude
Oh,
now. He lied to
Dude,
me.
the rose petals, the gift
But Mig,
baskets.
you got to think about it. That was a day. She's been in America a day. He's probably been telling the truth now for about an hour. You get what I'm saying? He's been lying to her for a
Not
whole
technically.
day.
Not technically. Remember, with Bilal, it's all about technicalities.
Yeah.
So not technically all day, EJ. I really hate that I'm sounding like I'm defending Bilal here because he's a
He's a shitbag. Yeah.
Yeah, but Shaeeda, she called it torture. She used that word to
She did.
describe it.
She did, but again, the world is okay right now because now she's got the house that she was expecting, right? So, and by the way, she's also meeting the family today for real. Like she's not going to the family's house to meet them. They're actually coming to her house to meet her. So she's a little nervous. She's a little excited. She's a little bit of everything. And Bilal says, you know what? This is the first time she's going to meet my family. And I got to tell you, first impressions are everything. So I'm really hoping for the best. And I was at that point, I was like, this is exactly what he wanted. Like he literally just told you what he wanted.
Yeah.
The is an illusion. That's what he wants, an illusion of a family. He wants the 2 kids, the wife in the big house and the nice cars, and hello neighbor, hey neighbor, oh, taking out the trash. Oh, happy wife, happy life. That's what he wants. That horrible, perfect life.
Yeah.
Nobody should aim.
He wants
for
a
that.
Stepford wife, is what he wants.
That's it. But Shaeeda has other goals in mind. She's like, she's different, but he just doesn't see it right now. But either way, Halal, Nefertari,
Nefertari,
Yes.
yeah.
and Raheem show up. Raheem is his brother, Nefertari is his sister, and Halal is the mom. They show up, they meet Shaeeda, everything's going well, they're getting along great, and then mom says, you know what, Shaeeda seems kind, she seems like a kind soul, and they seem like they have a good grounded foundation, you know, but it's only been one day, and I was like, that's
Hey, first impressions,
guess.
baby boy. First impressions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what it's all about. And then they're like, they're eating food. Everything's going fine. They're having dinner, and then they're like, "So, did he take you on a tour of this glorious city?" And she's like, "No, he took me to a trap house." And they're like, "Oh, you mean our old house?" She's like, "Yeah, that fucking place." And they're like, "So what you think?" She's like, "Well, I walk in and the fucking place is falling apart." And then Bilal goes, "Oh yeah, she said that you took me from Trinidad to bring me here?" And everybody's like, "She said that?" He's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, he was kind of airing her out, wasn't he?
Dude, he was throwing her under the bus left and right.
Big time.
And yeah.
I was like, dude, and he's like, oh, they all knew about the prank. They all knew. They were all in on it because, I had to get the van for my mom and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, she was trying, and I'll give Shaeeda credit. She was trying to be polite about it. They were like, well, what'd you think? And she's like, well, it was like a throwback to my grandma's house and the ceiling and everything. Like, she was trying really hard to not be disrespectful and say like, yo, that house is a fucking dumpster.
Yeah.
But, and he was just like, yeah, she said it sucked, Mom. What do you think of that?
Because Riri, this is what you got to think about. Okay, let's think about you as Shaeeda right now. You're sitting there. You're sitting there at a table, surrounded by the people who conspired to deceive you.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Like that's all that's around. Like this is all she has here. Remember everybody else she loved in Trinidad.
But you know what? You also got to think, Bilal's family know him best, right? Just like your family, EJ knows you best. Marie, your family knows you best. My family knows me best. They know what we're all about. So if we were to come out with something like this and say, hey, so I'm going to play a little prank on my, future fiance or my fiance. I'm going to do this, and that. Do you mind just playing along? Your family would be like, this sounds like an innocent prank. This sounds like a cute thing. Yeah, sure. Anything for you and your future, person or whatever. But I have a feeling that they did this. They're all in it. And once they see it play out on TV, like yesterday, they were probably like, Bilal, you're an ass, dude.
Yeah.
You're an ass. Why would you do that to her?
Well, first of all,
you were doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I said something like that to my brother, it was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna bring Robbie over to where we grew up. He'd be like, are you out of your fucking mind? Do you want this guy to leave?
Let's just assume for a moment Robbie's from Trinidad, okay?
Yeah. my brother would be like, okay, so you want this dude to just hate you and like think terrible things? Like, why would you do that? So, this family, they're very appearance driven. Like you said, I mean, they're all decked out. I mean, listen, they all look good. But I feel like it's all appearances with them.
Because what you're seeing, like, you got to see this. You saw the house that they lived in, the house that they were raised in. They came up.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And at this point, like, they kind of look down on people who don't got.
Exactly.
That happens.
And it's like, and it's like you can't get upset or think that she's being rude or disrespectful if she's like, yeah, this is not what I thought I was going to come into. Like, and it's like, you lived in that house. You know what that house looks like. So, again, he's all about, oh, remember your roots. Like, yeah, dude, would you want to fucking live in that? I mean, come on, like, stop it. Like, I understand that you had to come up and that's great. And you should be proud of yourself, but don't expect everybody else to understand that history of you and to be coming from a different country and be like, oh yeah, this is cool. No, fuck that.
Oh my God. Wouldn't it have been dope if they all came in with Be Grateful t-shirts on and walk in the kitchen and you just see Shaeeda just have a whole breakdown and like pass out and bang her head off the marble counter or something. Like, I can't be
grateful.
Here.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Be thankful. Be
just trolling her.
Just trolling her.
Trolling her the whole time.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
right?
Nefertari.
Nefertari.
Decides to throw in a curveball, and she goes, "So, listen, my big issue with you." Well, she didn't say that, but she was like, "So, how do you feel about kids, huh? Because you're kind of like old, and you don't have any of your own. So, what's up with that?" And Shade is just like, "Listen, I love kids. I just been waiting for the right person, and I feel like I'm ready. I found my person, and I'm ready to have kids. I want to have kids with Bilal." And then everybody's like, "Huh, interesting. Hey, Bilal, how do you feel about that?" And he's like, well, I like kids. First of all, kids are cool. I have two of my own, and they're cool. But yeah, I want to have a big family and everything. But babies kind of cost a lot of money, so she's got to get off her cloud nine, get off Fantasyland and come back to the real world where I live, and realize that we'll probably never have kids. But I think kids are cool,
Dude.
I
Let me
hate
tell
this.
you.
I hate this relationship all the way around.
Let me fucking tell you something with that whole conversation. I was like livid.
Mike,
Miguel, move your mic. I will speak to this as someone who has been through those conversations. Okay. I've, as I said, I don't have kids. For the most part of my life was like, nah, I didn't want kids. There was a brief point in time where I was with somebody and I was like, you know what? Yeah, like I would like to have a kid. And he already had a child. And having, and being in, I was in my mid to late-ish 30s. Having somebody carrot, like a fucking horse and or rabbit and carrot, whatever the fuck, what I'm talking about. When they're holding a carrot. Yeah. And they're holding a carrot in front of you and I'm going to say this with 100% seriousness, that is one of the cruelest things you could ever fucking do to somebody. Okay. You don't fucking do that, especially with a woman who is, at any age, but particularly a woman who is in their mid 30s, and you have kind of a limited window and people, you can get pregnant. It's like, yeah, you can get pregnant and you can also have complications. And it's not like getting pregnant when you're in your 20s. Okay. It's just not. It's dangerous. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. I mean, just being pregnant in general can, be a whole dangerous situation for a woman, but especially at that age, right? And especially as you get older, there are more concerns that can happen. So it's so fucked up to me that he's doing that, and B, in front of his fucking family. And like, I'm sorry, but it's inappropriate for his family to be like, so what's up? You want to have kids? And when they just meet her, like that is such a fucking,
you gonna let her put a baby in you or nah?
that it's just such a private thing for people. And it's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people. I mean, it's just not something that is to be shared with people you just fucking met. You know what I mean? Like, I think that is just so terrible to do to somebody. And you could tell she was like, yeah, like she wants to have a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like willing to share that actually and be like,
yeah.
I feel like what you're seeing right here is I think they both get what the other one is trying to do. Because you got to think about it like this. Shaeeda knows that Bilal has money.
Facts.
Shaeeda is after money. I don't care. Like everything I'm seeing is like she's digging for gold. And everything about him is saying, I want this exotic trophy to further solidify myself as a boss ass dude. So what's happening is he's dangling that in front of her, and he knows that the money that she's trying to get through has to go through him. So that's what you're seeing right now. And basically to sit there and she's been there a day, and he's basically in front of his family like, yo, her head is in the fucking clouds. Yeah,
he's a whole piece of shit.
I don't know if I see her as a gold digger necessarily. I do see what you are saying. I do see how that could be how she portrays herself, but I think that's the way that he portrayed himself in front of her before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Because you present yourself how you want people to see you.
And that's how he presented himself.
That's how she sees him. So she's like, well, this guy is very well put together. Like, I feel like he's got his shit together. I feel like he can be the person that I can be with. And then when she shows up and it's like the ceiling is falling apart and I can't believe that we're here, she's being deceived.
I mean, and she's allowed to be like, what the fuck?
But I don't see her necessarily as a gold digger.
I don't think she is.
I think it's more like it's more like, what the fuck? Because it's like, you told me,
right?
You were, it's like Colt and Larissa. Where Colt is like, I'm gonna bring you here. We're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna have our own house. And then she showed up, and she's like, dude, you didn't even bring me flowers. First of all, second of all, I don't want to live with your mom. That's stupid. That's weird. And this fucking car doesn't even have AC. So you lie to me. So she was right to be mad at him. It's not like she was. I mean, she eventually ended up just being here for the money and everything. But she wasn't necessarily like a gold digger. So I don't see Shaeeda as a gold digger. You see I see Shaeeda as somebody that got tricked.
Duped. Yeah, she got duped. Yeah, she did. And like you said, I mean, he went down to Trinidad wearing his Louis Vuitton and all this stuff, and he's like, he's like, this is how I roll. And she was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm into it. And I mean, I think that she genuinely does love him, but like you said, you present a certain image to somebody, and you're going to have expectations of what that is, and then it's like, oh, just kidding, whatever. But this whole baby thing, I'm telling you right now, it is because I know what's going to happen. He doesn't want to have a baby. He does not want to have kids. And he is just holding that out in front of her. And it's going to get to the point where and it's difficult to get pregnant, period. And it's just, oh God, I'm so mad because, like I said, I was in a very similar situation. And then it got to the point where I couldn't have kids, and I can't have kids because I had to get a fucking hysterectomy because my fucking body was like, oh, well, we don't need this shit anymore. So whatever. So I'm barren, baby. I'm a fucking pump dump. I mean,
Jesus Christ, Marie. I think that's the end for the episode.
That's it. That's the end. I think that's a good place to end the episode, ladies.
What is wrong with you, Marie?
I am who you call for a good time.
Yeah, Riri, I should have found somebody like you a long time ago.
EJ, you definitely needed someone like me like that.
I don't know. I think EJ would have found a way.
Yeah,
I know. EJ would have been like, I'd have been like, I don't have a uterus. And be like, I don't know. Somehow I grew back and now you got fucking twins. I'd be like, what the fuck?
His sperm just went in there.
I put a baby and a uterus in her. That's what I'm talking about.
They're like, I'll make that shit work.
Yeah.
They start building one themselves.
Yeah, they're like, we got to get this done. We know how this goes.
Oh God.
So anyway, that's my little personal take on that whole situation.
I get it.
So yeah,
dude. I mean, you got to remember when it comes to Bilal, first impressions are very important.
Yeah.
And never forget, be grateful.
He made the impression that he was a big baller and he had his shit together. And
he does.
Like, JK, I live in this place. And
he's fucking with her emotionally and mentally. I mean, this is mental. We're talking about a lot of abuse in these couples, but this is a mental abuse. This is and she's right. It is a torture to do that to someone, especially coming from another fucking country and you're doing that shit. Like, I'd smack that dude if I could.
And they're already not knowing what to expect anyway because you ain't revealing anything.
Exactly.
And like we said before, the only way that we could even have any sort of respect for him is if he actually stuck to his guns and was like, we're going to stay here for the whole 90 days.
Because you know what? Had he even played that little prank on her off the break, and then from there, like just giving her the world. Like, this is all yours. Like, you know what I mean? I was just, look, this is going to be something we remember for the rest of my life. I didn't do it to upset you. Like, haha, this is your real house. Like, I don't think it would have been as bad. But on top of everything else. He's fucking arrogant.
And he's still testing her. He's
Yeah.
still putting her through the fucking the races. And he's like, all right, what else we got? Let's see. All right, you want to fucking meet my mom? You got to, it's just, everything is just so performative with him, and everything, he's just waiting for her to fuck up. It's like he wants to see her fuck up.
Because you realize, like, all the conversations that have been had with Shaeeda, with Bilal or somebody in his family, it happened with a smirk on their face.
Yep. Hey, he's a piece of shit.
I don't like Bilal, dude.
No.
If I had to pick a terrible person in this episode, it would definitely be Bilal.
Agreed.
He's just oof, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
So
I don't know. I don't care for
that's
Miona either. That's just me personally. But yeah,
I like Miona.
I don't care for her.
I like
she
her.
wasn't as terrible this. I think she got done dirty this episode. I will give her that. I'm not a fan of her, but I don't think the way that she was treated was right. So
Because she made that shitty chicken voila, that's not her fault.
yes, EJ, because she tried and got shit on for it. That's why.
But when did we stop respecting honesty? It's like, yo, this tastes like shit.
We had this conversation.
I know,
It's
I'm
not
just-
honesty.
just
It was
saying.
rudeness.
It's being rude.
I was
There's
trying.
a difference between being rude and honest. And she definitely, Mahala should have
Yeah,
known
shout out to
better than
Halala. No, that's Bilal.
Malala.
Malala. What's the hell is her name? They all mixed up.
Malala?
Halala is Bilal's mama, right? And Mahala or Malala, what's her name?
This Bobo.
Bobo.
Bobo. Shout out to
Bobo.
Bobo.
Shout out to Bobo.
All right, so now EJ, we're completely and absolutely done with the episode. So now I'm just gonna ask you guys real quick: are you guys okay with your pick for who is going to be canceled first?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm still good with mine.
Okay, because I feel like John could be a strong contestant.
No, he can get away. Let me explain something. If you say shit in a Boston accent, like it kind of just, it's all right. That's just kind of how they are. Like that's how it's one of those things. Like if it's said with a Boston accent, like he's like, all right, well
you
you're
don't
just.
even know, dude. We went to Dorchester the other day, and I can see it.
Kyra,
He's
dude.
gonna say some shit. But like you said, the accent will carry him.
All right,
well,
I'm just saying, Kyra treats her fiance like a pool boy. That's all I'm
True.
saying. So
You're right. She
I think she's going to be the
does.
first to get canceled.
All right, so I'm writing them down again.
Right. I got Miona.
Kyra, and I'm starting to not believe in Miona so much now. Like I thought she was for sure gonna say some shit, but I don't think so anymore. And I'm still hopeful in Emily. Believe it or not, I'm still hopeful. I think
I can see that. Yeah.
it's gonna be an Instagram post. Watch, or a Facebook post or something, and it's something from China that is going to start a fire on the internet.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
all right, well,
right.
that's it. That's it for the episode. Just real quick, we gotta do a rate and review. Are you guys cool with that?
Sure.
Yeah. Go for it.
You guys cool with that? Okay, cool. And this one comes from Kate4389. And it was left on Sunday. And Kate titles her review Hilarious. And she rated us 5 stars. She writes, "These guys actually made me laugh out loud." And gal,
And gal.
Thank you.
hilarious. Keep it up.
We will.
I love it. Short, sweet, to the point, kisses for your foreheads, homie. I appreciate that. I really do.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Keep them coming.
And if you don't like kisses for your forehead, high fives for your forehead.
High fives for your foreheads. Either way, we appreciate you.
Yes. And now, I don't know if it's just me, but Marie, did I hear you said you had a pretty good title?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, take us home, EJ.
All right. But as I say all the time, thank y'all so much for the listens. Thank y'all so much for all the love y'all been giving us. This is y'all's podcast. We do this for y'all. So thank y'all for eating this shit up. And until the next time you hear us recapping something, this has been 90 Day Fiance, Season 9, Episode 4.
Not co-signing on this bullshit.
Have a wonderful night.
That's a good one.